Aloha. Hello, my name is Kent. Welcome to WBB. So, now that I figured this out, I'm gonna do some I'm gonna show you exactly what I did for the Facebook Messenger party, right? So it was pretty cool. It was pretty dang awesome. I tried something out of my comfort zone, and it actually worked. You're a dork. I had to go get me something to drink. Been doing training with my own little team, so welcome, delicious. So I'm gonna quickly walk you through exactly what I did and how I did it. That way, if you have any questions, you can try this on your own. I wanted to try this only for the simple fact I have a busy schedule. I work during the day. This was something that I found that I could do with during my lunchtime. That I could do during my lunchtime, that I could prep up for and put it in a location, and I can sell some jewelry during my lunchtime. Love you, girl. So if you're here, welcome to the group. This is mainly for consultants who needs a little extra help or just looking for different things to try. Okay, so whoever's here, I'm more than welcome to watch the replay. So hopefully I don't take too long. Alright, so I tried Facebook Messenger Party for the first time. So the first thing I did was create a little, I decided on a few things. I needed to know, when you do something like this and totally unknown, you get the heebie-jeebies, and I can tell you, I had it. I had it, so I needed to plan this out. So I decided on Saturday, I was like, I'm gonna try it. So first thing I did was I created an event in Facebook in my VIP group page. Alright, and now we usually go live on our business page, but I decided to do it within my group and actually just give it to my VIP members for the first time, because builds up the frenzy, builds up the hype, and definitely you want to create the hype before you actually do the show, because you never know who's going to do what or what they're thinking about it. Alright, so I wanted to try something different, and this is how I did it. Okay, so I created a Facebook event in my VIP group. Now I'm going to switch the camera over as soon as I can get back to my VIP page. That way I can show you how to create the event that will be used for the party. So let me get back to my group. Messenger is currently unavailable. Don't know what that's about. But anyways, and so I'm gonna flip you around for a majority of the time. That way you can actually follow through. All right. I hit the wrong button. Alright, so this is my business page. Right, this is my group VIP group page. Right, so right on the left side you can actually see events. So click on events. It'll actually pop up, and I'm gonna be moving this back and forward. So I created an event right here. Right, created an event. For this, I went into Canva. Canva is what I use. You can upload a photo, right? So you upload your photo in my photo, and I'll do it right now. Click on upload as soon as my computer wakes up. Alright, then I downloaded my cute little image, and I'm just going to do this as a mock image. Choose where your location of your file is. Right, you want to create something with Canva. You can actually create the right sizing of an image. Let me go to my downloads. All right sizing of your image, and here it is. All right, so I chose this image. Basically, on the actual image, it says it's first time ever Facebook Messenger party, the date, the time. Basically, I left it up to them. You'll be added upon request. So anybody that clicked on the event or said that they were coming, basically got invited. And then on the bottom I said leave the party whenever you feel like it, right? Because you want to leave them. Some people don't like Facebook Messenger parties, so I just left it out there as a disclaimer. Now you name the event, you add a cute little description of what you're planning, what you're gonna do, and then you actually give it a time that you're going to start and give it a time that you're going to end. For my Facebook Messenger party, I only did it for an hour. A lot of the folks that I've seen done this will leave it open for 24 hours or even 48 hours. To me, I thought that was pretty long, so I decided to only do it for an hour, right? And then right at the very bottom, you say create event, right? Very bottom, create event. Now, when you actually click on create event, I'm going to tell you, it'll auto invite every single person in your Facebook VIP group page, your group. It'll invite everybody. I believe it's a feature of Facebook groups, right? Because my group is a private group, all your your Facebook group should be private groups, all right? Right? Because you want to give the exclusivity to the people that wants to be there. If they don't want to be there, then they don't have to be. But in your VIP group page, you can actually create the hype of exclusivity, right? In your group, you can actually put pre-orders out there. You can actually put only designated for the people that want to join your group. All right, so that is what that is. I'm gonna flip you right back around. Alright, you're going to say create event. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to create an event because I don't want to invite everybody to a non-existing party. But I will take you exactly through my past party I just had this past Sunday. Okay. Alright. So this is my event that I created with my cute little graphic. Now, when I said it auto-invited 200 and something people. It notified everybody. Alright? People that wanted to be there actually said they were going. I had 2 maybes, and 182 didn't respond, which is fine. Right? This is the little description I created. It says, party will be upon request. If you want, just comment at me or they responded to the event. Photos will be loaded. Here, I said 5 to 7 minute intervals with names and quantities available. And then I also said to claim, comment by and the name, which I should have said comment by and the number. Alright, so as you go through this, you're going to learn things that works and don't work. And that'll be at the end of this training video. And then I basically said all standard rules apply, right? So whatever your policy, shipping, charges, or taxes based on where you're located, that still applies for this party, right? So that was that. I set the invite 24 hours before I actually have the party. Because you want to give people time to digest and understand what you're trying to do. Some of the people that attend won't even know what a Facebook Messenger party is. Okay, so during that 24 hours, what I did was I use a software called Canva, and it's gonna bring you back out. Okay, I use a software called Canva. It's free. If you go to canva.com. Now, when let me turn you back around so while this loads, when I do any of my orders in the back office, I actually, on the day that I order, I download the images of my order, my entire order. Alright, so I have every single order that I possibly ordered from the year that I started. Now, I may have, right? So if you go into your back office, now this is how I do mine, and it could be different for you. Alright, I create a folder for every day that I order. Now I may be missing some orders that I have to go back and download, but in your back office you can download your stock images. And on 12/30, these are the pieces that I ordered. So I create a folder specifically for that, and that way during postings, or I want to share an image with somebody else, I have the images available. And it's also great if somebody's looking for a piece. You can actually search by name, which is best for me. Okay, so with Canva, I uploaded all of the images that I wanted to do. All right, so if you look to the side, and my beautiful mother, that's my mama. I'll scroll up. These are the images that I loaded into Canva that I can readily use if I want to create an image. All right, so for every piece that I wanted to show, I created something like this. All right, I kept it very generic, and I can show you examples. I kept it very generic. Okay, some of these images have free on them, and I'll explain that in a little bit. And let me make this a little bigger. You can actually see one of them. Like this expect heavy rain ring, or dripping in straight, which is an awesome picture piece, right? I created the name, the number, and the quantity I had available on that image as well. I actually put my business name on the bottom. All right, something very quick and easy. I didn't want to go fancy, only because you'll spend a lot of time playing with Canva, and you don't want to lose track of time that you have for other things in your business you have to take care of. Okay, so these are the images I prepped up during. Some I created before, some I created during the party. All right, so I scroll out. These are all the images that I created. Okay, so now let's take you back to Facebook. Now, when you're ready to actually, now fast forward ahead, 23 hours later, right? An hour before the party started, I went to the little icon on the top that says create chat group. Here you can create a new group, all right? Create a new group. Come here. It's going to ask you to name your group. What I named mine was Bling Fling by Cat Messenger Party. And then I added everybody who responded to the event, right? Even if they're not part of your friends list, or they're not part of, that are part of your VIP, but not on your friends list, they will show up here. If not, you can actually search by name and add them in, okay? So my event, I had 19 people said that they were going, and 2 said maybe. So I invited them all. Alright, and then I created this little group. I'm going to cancel out. I created this little group. I've got a lot of groups going on. Facebook Messenger Party, where are you? Bling Fling by Cat, Facebook Messenger Party. Alright, that's the little group I created. Now, during the party, you can actually open up to be a little bigger. So here I have the group I created, right? And currently there's 15 people here. All right. So an hour before, I created a group, and I created a little message. Basically, you want to welcome them in. On top of that, you build up the hype. It's $5 jury, affordable, let a nickel free, like you would always do on a live show. I put a disclaimer out there. If you would like to add anyone to the group, please do so. And also, if you no longer want to be part of this group, no worries. You can leave the chat group at any time, right? So put that disclaimer out there. Let them know it's an option to be here, and you can remove yourself if you didn't want to be there, right? So what you don't want is a bunch of people in the group who don't want to be there, right? So the next statement is the next blurb here. The next blurb right here, I basically said how this is going to work, right? So I'm going to be posting images, right? Within this group, the first person that comment gets the number. Certain items will have multiples, and I highly suggest that you do like a spell check, because you can actually see some of my errors. Some of the items will have the word free on them, so you must be quick. Alright, so creating that hype of a free item. Not most people would actually realize that you're going to just put a number out there and it's for free, and all they have to do is comment. So that was great. This party will be invoiced the same day. This is part of my rules, and essentially you can write this up as any way that you see fit, right? with $4.50 flat rate shipping and an 8% tax. Those are my rates. And basically, I said if I don't have your email, you'll be getting a PayPal link via Messenger. All right, because you have that option to actually send people a link through Messenger if you don't have their email address. All right. I also put in there the option of if you want to become a host of one of these awesome parties, and spell check again. They could type in just host a party at any time, and I would get them my available dates that I was available to do another Facebook Messenger party with them as a host. And I put a disclaimer out there saying, you always want to promote your business and you leave the option for them to sign up, right? So if you would sell this awesome $5 jewelry, and if you would like, I'm missing a whole word right here. So spell check is essential. All right. You want to sell this awesome bling, earn 45% commission, and do a little spiel of a selling point, right? Basically, I would have them comment, sign me up info, and I'll connect with them later that night. Now on the very bottom, I told them as a hostess, this is what they're earned. All the paparazzi rules apply. As far as becoming a hostess, you get one free piece of jewelry for hosting the party. For every 10 pieces sold, they'll get one free piece from me. If anybody had booked an additional party within their party that we were running, they would get an additional 5 pieces from me. Alright, so just rewarding your hostess to let them know that is exactly what's going on. And it's the option to actually earn free stuff. Who doesn't love free, right? So basically I said, now that I had everybody read their eyeballs off, the party will be starting at noon. It took me about maybe 10 minutes to write this up and post it, and then I had 45 minutes to wait to actually have the party to start. Now, during the party, while I was waiting, I didn't wait for anything. I started creating more images. Alright, just in case, because I didn't know how long this was going to be. So I created more images as quickly as possibly as I could. And it actually played out pretty good. So during that 45 minutes, I went into my VIP page and I said, hey, the party's going to start pretty soon. Let me know if there's anybody else that wants to join in. I'll add you in that didn't respond to the event. Right, so you want to keep building that hype for as much as possible time that you have free to actually get more people drawn into the group. Again, let them know that they can leave at any time. Okay, so people started commenting back, and during those 45 minutes, you actually have, the option for people to actually come and read their messenger, that kind of stuff. I got a couple of comments, but essentially you could be there if you wanted to. I got one comment saying, yay, can't wait for the beauties. And she did a wrong emoji, and that's fine. So about less than 5 minutes before it started, I actually created another comment and I said, hey, we're about to start. Let's get ready. Let's rack out. All right. So at the very beginning, before I posted the first image, and I said, all items not sold will be loaded up, not sold out, will be loaded up into an album titled for this party. Items will remain in that album for 24 hours. And I'll talk about that after I explain how the party went, okay? But essentially, what I did was I said, let's start, and I loaded up my first image. It said dripping in straight. I had quantity 2 automatically. Somebody posted, somebody commented, and I'll turn it a little bit. You can actually see the comments. All right, so this is my first image. Now, how I did this was I had my window of all this created images right on top of here. Now, it was easy for me to just pick the image, grab it, and drag it and drop it. Drag and drop is an amazing feature, alright? So I just dragged and drop. It'll create this little icon here. And then when I was ready, I said just send. Okay, I'm not going to push enter right now because it'll actually send and people will think I'm actually creating something here. Right? So that's how I loaded the images within the messenger. Okay. So as the party went through, I monitored. I didn't pay attention who was commenting. All right, I monitored to make sure if my pieces sold out right here. Somebody said sold 2. I only sold 129. I only had 2, and she said both please. As soon as she said both please, I commented sold out. Right, and that gives them the idea. Okay, that these pieces go fast. You have to comment. The first person that comments gets the item. Then I gave them a little pre-warning. I said next item. Alright, and then I posted my next picture. I gave them my intervals between, first started out as 5 minutes. I have my awesome dollar timer that I bought from the Dollar General. Alright, and I set it for 5 minutes. Alright, that way it would go off and let me know, okay, it's now time to load the next one. As soon as this went off, the first image, I noticed it was a little long, so I knocked it down to 3 minutes. Alright, so as my timer went off, I loaded the second item. Alright, again, what I did was a drag and drop. I did a drag and drop. Where is this one? Yep. Right. I just dragged it right into where the comment section you would usually type, and it automatically showed up, and I just clicked on this one, which is enter. Right. I push a button on my timer. I gave them 3 minutes. During those 3 minutes, people will open up the image, they'll take a look at it, and then decide if they want it or not. Now, definitely, you want to keep the pace going throughout the messenger party. That way you don't bore people, and you lose their attention. Human beings, the attention span of a little kid is essentially the mindset you should take this through. All right. Andy posted a bunch of bells. So nobody commented on that item, and that is fine. All right. Another girl in the group actually tagged a couple of people that was already in the group. Started a little chat frenzy, which is great, right? And then I said next item. My timer went off and I said next item. Now I kept on going through, right? As I went through each item, they weren't interested in certain things. And so when you actually set up for your show, you want to create the variety, right? Create the variety of pieces because you never know what they're looking for, all right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, don't worry about the emojis. I think some people are not computer savvy, so don't take it to heart and don't take it personal. All right. Then people started counting. Mine 389, sold 389, and then I let them know. I comment back and I said 3 left. I let the timer run out and I said next item. All right. I kept on going through. Here, the item actually, awesome, cool piece, right? So these images I created in Canva, right? 701 sold, so that piece sold, piece sold again. So again, I sold out on another piece, which is great because you want to sell out on these pieces. All right. Here you can see some funny memes. People were chatting back and forth, which is good. But you want to keep them moving, right? You want to keep them moving because there's probably other people that wants to see bling, not some weird, funny memes. All right, this piece, I'll tell you, is an older piece of mine, almost a year old. So you want to, if you've been in the business for a while and you have older pieces, this is the best time to actually put this out there because you don't know if you usually show this on your live show. So I threw it out there. Choose a variety and spread out your variety. It can be a year old, 3 months old, 5 months old, 2 weeks old. Your customers will not know when these pieces are released, but create that frenzy of creating that variety within the show. Right, so keep them moving. These are 2 sisters going back and forth. So don't mind that. And of course, this is a meme from Mom. So I have a family. I have 2 daughters and a mom that came and joined the show, and they're pretty awesome. All right. So what created the frenzy? I created a couple of images that said mermaid service. It had a number and it was free. Because people were so accustomed to seeing the item, the number, they weren't paying attention to, oh, wow, Kat just threw up a free piece. I better hurry up and comment. So this one kept them engaged, all right? Because you're not going to get all comments on the pieces that you put up. So it gets them engaged. And don't be afraid to give out hostess rewards. This one here, I have a lot of, so I decided because the mermaid bracelets was a hype and a hit almost about a year ago. You know, I don't get much sales on this, so I decided to give a free piece away. I have a lot to give on these pieces, so I decided, created a frenzy. And you can actually see this person got it, and I just said congrats. Right, and it started to create a frenzy. It was like, dang it, I did see the free, you know. So keep it lively, even within the show. This one, Sing Girl said it's on like Donkey Kong. So you have to keep them having fun. If they're not having fun, you don't have their attention. So I kept on going through the show. As I went through the show, people commented, you know, right here, sold 189, quantity 10. This one lady bought 10 pieces of the same, you know, this necklace here, right? I didn't anticipate that, and that was an awesome, awesome sale. All right, keep going. And I had a couple of issues with my numbering, so you learn a couple of things, all right? And then I had to reconfirm. So you keep going through your show, just keep it moving, keep it moving. You want to keep the pace going. You want to keep the engagement there. And then, you know, basically towards the end of the show, let me get down there. My show lasted for about an hour. All right, and at the end of the show, I said, right before I showed the last piece, I basically said, I want to thank you, you know, thank your audience for being there for the very first time that you're trying this, because you want to keep that engagement. You want to show appreciation to them. Basically, I had a lot of fun doing it. And I reminded them again, I was like, all items will be loaded that are left over will be loaded in an album within my VIP page. Those will be available for the next 24 hours once I load them. All right. And then here's, I commented, here's the final item for the day, you know, and I threw up a free piece. Now, there's a couple of people that commented that already knew how this party went. All right, you can actually see this person didn't quite get the number correctly. The second person did. The third person was missing a 0. So I am fair, and when I give away free pieces, I gave it to the person that commented it correctly, right? So you have to be honest and fair with your customers. You don't want to make it seem like you're siding with somebody because you like them more. So don't show favoritism to any of your customers. So that was the end of the show, and I let them be there. And, you know, I got some awesome comments back. Thank you, Kat. This was fun. It only kept their attention for about an hour. After that, they could actually do some other things. Alright, so the people that wanted to leave left the group, which is fine, right? And then that that was pretty much the end of the show. And, you know, the anxiety left. I can tell you the anxiety left. And I had a lot of fun. Now, I wasn't paying attention to who commented what, so it gave me the chance to first get myself organized, upload the images into an album up on my VIP group page. That way it'll let other people that didn't attend the show, or people that did, to take a look at the images and still comment, still shop for the next 24 hours. And then while I did that, I went back into the comment section and I created this my little scratchy paper. Right, I just took a sheet of paper and I started writing the names of who commented what, you know, the name of the actual person who commented what and the number. If they said ×2, I put a ×2, right? So I went throughout all the comments, and during that time frame, I already had my album uploaded, all right? Now, the great thing about that was as I went through, I was able to create my invoices then and there, right? I have a tendency, if I move away from the show, sometimes I forget to send somebody an invoice. So I sat for another 30, maybe 45 minutes creating the invoices and sent all invoices out right after the show. Now, what I didn't know that would happen, which is awesome, because I uploaded those unsold items to my album, my VIP group page, I had added on sales, which is great. I mean, you want to keep constantly creating the motivation or creating the hype and the frenzy about what you just did and get those added on sales. Now, for the very first show, I did this past Sunday. I didn't expect to sell anything, but in actuality, I sold 22 pieces within that show. You know, and that was amazing. I didn't expect to sell anything that day, but I sold 22 pieces within that show. Within the album sales, while I was doing invoices and that kind of stuff, I had an additional, I think, where's my number? So I had, 23 pieces sold within the show. I gave away 3 pieces, right? So that was awesome. So technically I showed 26 pieces within an hour. Let me see. I had 23. I had an additional 11 pieces sold throughout the album. So it was total of 35 pieces. 35 pieces for the total show. For album sales and within the show. And I was happy. I was like, I sold 35 pieces today. I was like, yay! Right? So I decided, okay, after I sent out invoices, I went and had lunch. And then while I was having lunch and doing my normal daily thing, right? The mom thing, whatever. On a Sunday, the laundry. You know, because somebody was commenting, it drew back the attention for them to shop in the album. On top of that, they saw all those cool pieces. What they started to do was go through my other sale images within my VIP page. And what I didn't know was I sold an additional 11 pieces on images that I had up in my VIP group. That led up to 35 plus 11, a total of 46 pieces. 46 pieces that I sold throughout that in just a couple of hours. Now, the additional added on sales of those 11 pieces wasn't pieces I showed it in my Facebook Messenger. This person, I had a customer, she comes every so often, but because she hasn't been back shopping with me on the live shows, she started to notice, it was like, wow, Kat's got a lot of pretty cool stuff, right? So she bought an additional 11 pieces, another 11 pieces sold. So any way that you can drive the attention and frenzy back to your VIP page and have them start looking through other things, that is what you want. That is what you want. That is the way and key to get your added on sales. All right, so I was really happy. I wasn't planning on selling anything that day, but I sold a total of 46 pieces in a couple of hours. Now, total time to set up for the show, I probably spent like an hour and a half making my scheduled event, an hour and a half. Within that hour and a half, spending some time on creating my stock images, my images for the party, you know, adding numbers and names and having fun with that, right? You got to get creative on that. And then on top of that, an hour for the show, an hour after the show, for the albums. So that's 3.5 hours. And then probably another half an hour to send out invoices. Total of 4 hours I spent on that day. 4 hours, I sold 46 pieces. That is, what, 46 pieces times 5. You can do the math, because my math is not very, yeah, you do the math. As compared to not planning on selling anything to selling 46 pieces in a single day on trying something new was amazing for me. It was a total win. Now, definitely, I shared this with other people, but I wanted to put it out there in the training for anybody to actually go and take a look. If you're part of this group, it's probably because you want to try something different, or gaining knowledge from other consultants is amazing. So continue to do that. All right, don't give up. Try something new. Look for different ways that fit your lifestyle to sell pieces. Definitely continue to sell. I can make a lot of excuses to not sell on Sunday. I could have done that, right? Not feeling it, or something else. I could have made up excuses, but one of the elite trainers, she had, I was watching her training video, and what she said to me was, and she said to all of us, whoever's watching that training video, and she said, you can do two things. Two. You can do two things. You can either make excuses for not doing a live show, or any type of sales show, in a house party show or a vendor event. You can make excuses to not do that. You can make excuses to not work your business, or you can make deposits, right? You can work your business, make deposits. What I did that day, I chose to make deposits. But what she also said is you cannot do both, right? You can make excuses, you can make deposits, but you cannot do both. All right, so basically, I was like, whoa. I was like, that was kind of deep, right? I thought that was pretty amazing, because she got to me in a very direct manner. I was like, you're right. So why am I going to make excuses to not make a sale on a Sunday when I could be in my PJs just watching something on TV, lounging around, scrolling Facebook, watching everybody else sell, when I could have sat here and worked my business, planned it out, and tried something new that everybody loved, and sold pieces on that same day where I thought I'd, not make money, right? So continuously look for different ways to actually sell and work around your schedule. I'm definitely going to do this again. I'm definitely going to put this to work and put in the work to set up for another show. Continuously do that, and I can actually sell pieces while on my lunchtime at work. I can do this on my phone, taking a walk. Definitely work it into your business. Don't overwhelm yourself with over planning, but don't plan enough. All right, so it took me a little while to actually, I've thought about doing Facebook Messenger party for a while, since last year, and I was like, you know what? I had to take the plunge because I was overthinking it. So once I did it, I loved it. All right, not everybody loves a Facebook Messenger party, so you're gonna get people who don't want to be there. All right, so give them the option to either stay or go. All right, so definitely create the frenzy. I hope this is helping you. Some of the wins, some of the improvements that I could have done during the show. One was definitely spell check all your comments. All right, I definitely have to work on that before I actually post something up. Another comment that I did get was some of my images are a little small. Make it bigger next time, that way they can actually see the image, because it's not like a Facebook live show where essentially you have a awesome pair of earrings you can actually show off, right? That's the only caveat. During a Facebook Messenger party, all they have is a stock photo. So make it as big as possible, as clear as possible, that they can actually see the pieces that you're trying to sell. All right, so do that. If you have any questions, let me know. My name is Kat. I'm part of Bling Fling by Kat. My little team is called Tribal Bling Queens. And everything that I learn, I try to share with everybody else, because knowledge is key, and knowledge is useful only if you share it. All right, so definitely, because that positivity is what actually people draw back to you. All right, so I basically tell them, in my groups at the end of my show, I always always live aloha, right? Give aloha, get aloha, breathe aloha. You give that out, it's going to come back to you tenfold. All right, so let me know if you got any questions. Blink Flame by Cat or Cat Quash. You can find me on Facebook. All right, more than happy to answer any questions. Stay tuned for the next Facebook Messenger party because it's gonna be awesome. All right, and keep learning, keep improving. And one awesome lady told me, we keep on keeping on, doesn't matter what happens, right? All right, you guys stay safe, have fun, because this is supposed to be fun. All right, always live aloha and keep pushing. All right, thank you, and I will see you on the next training.